At risk of sounding like a broken record, I'm gonna say it one more time. I love spicy and sweet together, and today's recipe is not only spicy and sweet together, it's also a one-pan dinner, so it's a win-win situation. It's roasted pork tenderloin with parsnips and sweet potatoes. You're gonna like it. Peeling 3 large parsnips to start. These are nice, fresh parsnips. So exciting when the new fresh root vegetables start coming in. Gotta have something to keep my mood up when I'm thinking of the impending winter, the gloom and doom of winter. And I guess fresh root vegetables are just as good as anything else to do it. Trim the ends. And as you can see, parsnips are a really weird shape. They're really super thick on one end and really thin on the other end. So what I like to do so that the parsnips cook evenly is cut off the skinny ends. And those are fine just the way they are. What you're trying to get are pieces that are about 2 to 2.5 inches long and about 1/2 inch across. So the really thick ends you can cut into quarters. Sort of have to judge where to cut so that they all end up about the same size. I mean, these are so big I'm gonna cut them yet again, but it completely depends on the size of your parsnips. Sweet potato, just trim the ends similarly if they're, you know, a little damaged. Cut it in half. This is a really big one, weighs about 1 pound. My God, it's really dense. That proves how fresh it is, I think. Cut it in half and then cut it crosswise, I'd say about 1/2 inch thick, half moons. If you don't have a really large sweet potato, use 2 smaller ones. So both parsnips and sweet potatoes are a little bit sweet, and to spice them up, I'm gonna grate a tablespoon of ginger to toss with them. Transfer the potatoes and the parsnips to a baking sheet. Already on the baking sheet, I have a pork tenderloin. It's about 1 pound, 3/4 of a pound to 1 pound. Surround the pork tenderloin with your vegetables. Rimmed baking sheet, awesome, awesome roasting tool. One of my favorites because the low sides allow for great browning even on smaller cuts like a pork tenderloin. Grate a tablespoon of ginger. I'm gonna peel it using my peeler since I already have it dirty. It's not as efficient as using a spoon, I'm not gonna lie. I guess if you remove the knobs, it's not so bad. Grate, tablespoon. If you don't have a rasp grater, you can very, very finely mince your ginger, but these graters with the little sharp teeth on them are fantastic for grating ginger. Look how fine that is, it's so nice. Fresh ginger has a really nice spiciness that's a great balance to the sweetness of the sweet potatoes and the parsnips. And I'm gonna rub my pork with brown sugar and cayenne pepper, another sweet and spicy combination. All right, that looks good. 3 tablespoons of olive oil on your vegetables. It seems like a lot, but you're gonna add some greens to this at the end and that'll make a salad. So this is enough to dress the greens as well. Plus you get extra nice and crispy. Season with salt. And then the ginger. You wanna make sure that it's evenly distributed. It's a little clumpy, but once you start tossing everything together, it'll distribute. And you can do this with your hands. I mean, you could do this in a separate bowl and then put it on there, but I'm trying to save on dirtying bowls. Make sure the vegetables get nice and coated with the oil, salt, and ginger, and the ginger is nicely distributed. And then combine a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne and 2 tablespoons of light brown sugar. If you're sensitive to super duper spice, you might want to go down to 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne. Even a 1/4 teaspoon is quite a bit. And then rub it over your pork tenderloin. Make sure you coat all sides of the pork with your brown sugar mixture. Don't forget to season with salt. And then roast at 475 degrees until the thickest part of the pork registers 140 degrees. That'll take 20 to 22 minutes. Wash your hands while you're at it. When your pork is done, let it rest for about 10 minutes before you cut it up. You're gonna serve it with a little bit of a salad. I have some watercress here. It was a bunch of watercress that I trimmed. Watercress is nice, but if you don't like the bitterness of watercress, use something else. Use, I don't know, romaine or Bib lettuce, anything that you like. Do I say that too much? Use whatever you want. Am I not demanding enough? I'm leaving a little bit of room in the center of the platter for my pork. The vegetables have gotten nice and caramelized. The great thing about this is that it's a really nice, fresh way to serve a roast, really. If you just add a little bit of greens to it, it just makes it a little bit brighter. Beautiful. Slice up your pork. Should be just a little bit pink in the center. If it's cooked to 140, it's perfectly safe and much nicer than cooking to 160. It will be very, very dry. Pork on platter, ready to serve. Fantastico. I am super excited about this meal because it was so easy. It's gonna be really easy to clean up after, and it's extremely seasonal. Oh, gorge. Absolutely gorgeous. Oops, run away. Cut up some limes to go with it. It's sweet, it's spicy, it's a little bit tangy. It has pretty much all of my favorite flavor profiles going on. And then drizzle with the pan juices. You don't want to waste anything. I like to do it over the vegetables. I don't think you could ask for anything more beautiful, hearty, or delicious for dinner tonight. And it was all made on one pan, which is all right in my book. Hi guys, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to click here if you want to subscribe and click over here if you want to continue watching more great videos like this.